Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Asian Psycho, and I'm bringing you guys the second to last episode, or actually the third to last episode, rather, of the M14 chapter of my Exploring the Arsenal series with me, Asian Psycho, aka Sniper98. And in this episode, we'll be covering the M14 Classic, the NX Rare variant, or one of the NX Rare variants of the M14 family. So let's get right started. So, surprisingly enough, I'd like to let you guys know that the M14 Classic, even though it is technically considered the NX Rare variant of the M14 family, is not my most favorite. In my M14 SE review, I mentioned there that the M14 SE itself is my favorite, and I'll get into why I don't really prefer the M14 Classic as much. But first of all, let's just go over the stats really quick because that's the most important over anything else. So, because it's an NX Rare, there is no rank unlocked, and there's no cost, unless you want to factor in the cost that it takes you to get it from like a mystery supply case, which we never know, so we'll just get right over that. The damage on the M14 Classic is the same one as it is on the M14 Camo at a 52, so it is still the 2-shot kill that the M14 Camo is, so that's nice. The portability is a 60, so it retains the portability that the M14 SE has, and its rate of fire is also retained from the M14 as well at 55. And the accuracy and the recoil, actually most of all these stats are identical to the M14 SE except for the damage. So basically the M14 Classic combines the best of two worlds from the M14 Camo and the M14 SE. So you got the best benefit of both guns in all kind of packaged into one gun. That's called the M14 Classic, so that's very nice from a statistical point of view. Now, once again, because the M14s all behave pretty similarly, except for the M14 SE, a little bit, but not too much. The M14 Classic, I'm not gonna be going over all their nitty-gritty details like I usually do. Like I usually talk about the recoil statistics, spread, kickback, recoil, controllability, what have you. But then because most of them are pretty identical to the M14 original variant, in my opinion, I'm not gonna be going over them. Instead, I'm just gonna be talking about how to use the M14 and why I feel that M14 Classic isn't necessarily my most favorite M14 variant. So let's started talking about why the M14 Classic, or why I don't really like the M14 Classic. The M14 Classic, with its high rate of fire at 55, is not bad, but it's just that I've been so used to the M14 Camo, using the M14 Camo and the M14, that because I haven't used the M14 Classic as much, obviously because it's an NX Rare and I don't have it every day, or I can't access it anytime I want, I always have that, whenever I use the M14 Classic, I always have that same M14 mentality that it still has the rate of fire of 50. For some reason, I just can't kind of shift my mind around to kind of convincing myself that it's the M14 Classic, and it has 55 rate of fire instead of just 50. So the increased rate of fire is actually detrimental to me because I always feel like it's fires slower than it actually does, and that really throws off my aim because when I could be tap firing, I usually go full auto because I'm so used to going full auto and not having to worry about the scope, the aim jumping all over the place, if you guys know what I mean. So first of all, it's just me not being used to the M14 Classic that kind of fucks me over, first of all, and yeah, that's the biggest reason I can think of why the M14 Classic is not my favorite, just because of the fact that its rate of fire I'm just not used to, because it just feels almost identical to the M14. I have to somehow convince myself that it's not, but then obviously for me it's going to be very hard to do so because I'm just so used to using the M14 and M14 Camo, both of which only have 50 rate of fire, whereas the M14 Classic, as you can see, has 55, so it's much higher, and I need to get myself I need to retrain myself whenever I use the M14 Classic, but somehow it just doesn't work out. So once again, that's the biggest reason why I think that the M14 Classic is not my favorite, even though I do kind of like the fact that it doesn't come with a silencer like the M14 SE has, because the M14 SE silencer is very good, don't get me wrong. It's just that it's not like a special silencer like the M4A1 SOP mod has. If you guys remember in the SOP mod review, I believe I mentioned that the silencer on the M4A1 SOP mod is specially designed to decrease the amount of damage reduction that it normally would give if it were to be a normal S1 S2 silencer. The M14 SE doesn't have any. It doesn't have any kind of special silencers. It's just normal silencer. It just sounds a little bit different. So because of that, it does have a reduction for the M14 SE. So it's always gonna be a strong 3-shot kill unless you shoot someone in the back, or if you shoot someone in front who's wearing a light vest or recon vest. And but still, I preferred the M14 SC a lot because the silencer on that gun, it's actually pretty good. I don't like silencers because they screw up the recoil pattern. A good example is a G36E. If you put a silencer on that thing, you can't really tap fire as well as you used to be able to. At least that's what I feel. So I almost never use silencers for most guns. But for the M14 SC, I'm actually pretty comfortable with it. In fact, I'm pretty comfortable with most silencers that come integrated. Don't know why, but that's just how it goes for me. And yeah, that should be it for why I prefer the M14 SE over the Classic. So I'm not jealous, or I'm not envious at all of whoever has M14 Classic. I mean, it is an excellent gun. It is one of the best assault rifles for long range or support roles. But for me personally, just the M14 SE is enough for me. If I were to just choose one gun and one gun only, the M14 SE would definitely be up there in my list of favorite rifles, because it's just such a good weapon. I just feel like people just aren't giving the M14 family enough credit, and I really hope I'm convincing you guys to use the M14 family a lot more, not just the SC variant or the Classic variant, because it isn't exactly new friendly, but once you get the hang of it, it's really fun to use, and once you know how to use it, it's really fun humiliating people, because people tend to think that the M14 family isn't necessarily the greatest weapons in the world, and trust me, they are right. They're not really the best, but if you guys know how to use them, then yeah, you can do some serious damage with the M14s. So now I believe I forgot what I was going to talk about next. Let's see, I was going to talk about M14. Well, I just forgot what I was about to say, so I'm going to pause the audio recording right now and look back and replay the audio on this commentary, see what I mentioned that I would talk about next. So, see you in a bit, guys. Alright guys, I'm back, and I've actually remembered what I needed to say after replaying back the audio that I just commentated and recorded right now. So, that was how to use the M14. Or just the M14 serum, because I got plenty of time to talk about how to use the M14. So, like I said, or like I keep mentioning, the M14 family, all the variants, it doesn't matter if you're using the M14 SC or the M14 Classic, which are much better at close range, but no matter what variant you're using of the M14 family, you must always remember that they are meant to be used like battle rifles. In other words, battle rifles in the sense that they are supposed to be meant to be used as long-range assault rifles and basically in a more supporting role. It is not really recommended that you just go and CQC guns blazing, because you're probably almost never gonna do much damage like that. If you are going to plan to use it CQC style, then I suggest you guys go kind of sneaky on your enemies so that you don't necessarily have to shoot to take them on like head first. Instead, you guys should move around the map, maneuver around, flank your enemies as much as possible so that you can get clean shots from behind or something like that. That's what she said. And just basically take them by surprise, so that you guys can almost always guarantee a 2-shot kill, because like I said, or like you guys probably know, 2-shot kill or shots to the back are almost always more powerful than just normal shots to the front. So how to use the M14? I would recommend that. Oh, the video is about to end here, so I'm just going to be cutting commentary here. I'm just going to be starting up a new video right now. Actually, I don't even have a need to. Let's see. We can just do this. Hell yeah! Yeah. Alright, so we're back, and as you guys can see from the gameplay, this new gameplay that I have here is a one-man army game on Cold Seed, and this is how you should not use the M14s. Let's start that way. How not to use the M14 101. Go around like a noob, spraying people down. This is the M14 Classic, so you kind of have more leeway in order to just go spraying your balls off with the M14 Classic. But if you only have the regular M14, I highly do not recommend this if you are just a beginning M14 user, because keep in mind that the rate of fire is still at a 50. Oh, and also do keep in mind that this M14 is fully customized. The M14 Classic is able to be customized, all of them, the piston, the trigger, and the barrel. So you can make it more powerful, you can make it more accurate, in exchange for more recoil, and you can make it fire faster. So as for the customizations, I feel like they're not that much a big improvement, but the accuracy I really like, because I feel like, as you guys can see in this gameplay, hopefully, the first few shots will almost always hit their mark, and obviously if you get like more than 2 bullets in, they're pretty much dead. So the accuracy is very good. I like I really liked how the accuracy customization turned out. So I really suggest you guys try it if you guys do have the M14 Classic yourselves. But overall, it's not really worth the customizations. I really didn't find any other real improvements or significant improvements on the M14 Classic after customizing it, so be warned. So once again, I keep mentioning that this game is how not to use the M14s. Basically, if you find yourselves in a close quarter situation, you can spray, but keep in mind that the spreads, like I keep mentioning, the spreads on the M14s are huge on full auto. So you guys should be careful if you guys are just gonna go around indiscriminately spraying people down, because sometimes, or most of the time, it's not gonna work in your favor. If you got the M14 SE or the Classic, once again, I keep emphasizing this. You have a much higher chance of going CQC status on people, but once again, I still do not recommend it, because you're still gonna have a tough time, especially fighting against guns like submachine guns and assault rifles. But pretty much everything else beats the M14. Technically at close range, except for maybe assault rifles, the M16, and sniper rifles. Technically, unless you're up against a quickscoper, then you're kind of fucked. But the M14 is very good at getting headshots, I will have to say. The M14 Classic and the M14 SE, that is. The camo and the M14, for some reason, I've never gotten really lucky with them. In fact, I don't even recall getting any headshots with them. The M14 Classic and the SE, however, are a different story, because they tend to get lots of headshots. I don't know why. I'm guessing it's because of his higher rate of fire, but once again, I can't really confirm that. So yeah, if you guys can or need to be able to pull off that lucky headshot, and you've got the M14 Classic or the M14 SE out, then I really suggest you guys go for that long headshot if that's the only way you're going to be able to win a gunfight, because you can count your luck on the M14 Classic and the M14 SE. Don't know why, but it's always how it's worked out for me. So I suggest you guys go for them lotto headshots and make people rage at you. So another tip on using the M14s is make sure you guys have enough distance between you and your enemy, and also preferably stand in like a really narrow corridor, like the one above me right now in Cold Seed, that narrow above second story corridor, walkway, path, theme, whatever you want to call it. The reason being is because of the fact that all M14 variants, when you put scopes on them and aim down sights and fire on full auto, they have a really good recoil pattern that it just goes straight bouncing up and down, up and down, up and down. I know that's what she said too. But then, because of that up and down recoil, it's really easy to just line up people and just knock them down while they're just all charging at you like that, like in a narrow choke point. You guys are able to knock down lots of people really fast in a narrow corridor like that because of the M14's high damage, high rate of fire if you in case of the M14 Classic and the M14 SE, and the amiable recoil patterns. So with all those factors in mind, the best situation for an M14 to use an M14 is at medium to long range and catching people in a really narrow choke point. I feel like that's the best situation you guys can give yourselves when you guys have the M14 out on you. So yeah, that's about it for tip number 2 for the M14s. Now let me think if I can give you guys more tips with the M14. Do keep in mind though that the M14 does have a very fast reload time, even with an extended mag. In all the gameplays you see, you will be seeing me use the extended mag 1s on the M14. I don't think M14 the extended mag 2 will do much justice, because I mean the M14, keep in mind that all M14 variants do have only 20 rounds in the magazine for starters, so adding 5 more bullets isn't really that significant, so I suggest against using extended mag 2s. So yeah, but because it has such a low ammo count, Nexon decided to give it a very fast reload animation. So the reload animation, because it's so fast, I really suggest you guys reload after each kill, because it's only got maximum 35 bullets, and for example, a gun like the G36E Autumn Valkyrie has that same amount to begin with without any magazine modifications, so you're going to run out of bullets really quickly with the M14. So I suggest you guys run the perk Resourceful and keep picking up ammo boxes for the M14 Classic or any of your M14 variants. And make sure to reload after each kill, because you never know, man. You never know if you're just gonna run out of ammo on your next gunfight if you don't reload. So I mean, it only takes like a second and a half to reload the M14, all the M14s. So I mean, why the hell not want to? So that's that. Alright, so that's about it for my little tips for the M14. Hopefully, maybe if I think of more, I'll include them in in a later video. Hopefully, maybe. Yeah. So a little bit more about my updates on on my channel, what videos are going to be coming up. I do believe that the M14 EBR video is next, and the MK48 or the wait, what the hell? M340, that's a machine gun, isn't it? The MK14 Mod 0, which was the newest addition to the Common Arms Assault Rifle family, is going to be next after the M14 EBR. And do keep in mind that the M14 EBR, even though it is a sniper rifle, I'm just going to be categorizing it as part of the M14 ETA series, because honestly speaking, I don't consider the M14 EBR an actual sniper rifle. I just consider a douchebag troll weapon that just fires as fast as a fucking M14 and just happens to have a sniper scope, and its designation is a sniper rifle. So yeah, that's why I'm just going to be combining it with the rest of the Exploring the Arsenal episodes. And besides, sorry about that, just a yawn. Besides, the M14 EBR is the only sniper rifle to actually have variants that are different gun types. So I mean, why the hell not, right? It's just fitting. So yeah, those videos should be up next, and I have a ton of more games to upload for you guys. One of which is a NX contest that I happen to host, giving away kilo cases. That was really fun. Lots of people want stuff, and in the end, for those who didn't win any kilo cases, I gifted 3 mystery G supply cases. I think Sharky said that I actually gifted him a 90-day USB tactical. So, wow, I've never gotten a 90-day piece of shit from the MSG cases before. So I'm really glad that people got really good stuff. Except for person. I won't mention his name though. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how the contest turned out. Hopefully we can get more and more people in next time, because numbers, the highest that we ever got was only like 14 people, and even then we didn't start with 14 people, we only started with like 12 or something. So hopefully we can have a lot more people join the NX, like whenever I decide to host a NX giveaway contest or something like that. So yeah, just keep your eyes open for that, and look forward to more videos. And for those of you guys who have recently subscribed, thanks for subscribing, and I hope you guys stay a long time, because I got a lot more video content to follow it up. So yes, thank you guys for watching, and have a great day. So see you in the next episodes.